But the angels, they on a mission. They been here long before us.
Well, the fallen angels are on a mission.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. So by them being here before us, their knowledge is old.
Yes.
It's stuff that we ain't even tapped into yet.
Right.
Why do you think the Masons say ancient? Ancient mysteries. They trying to get that old knowledge.
So what y'all saying is beautiful, because this is what we're gonna do, Lord willing. I got the book. There's some books in the Bible that's mentioned that have been excluded from the Bible. One of them is the book of Jasher.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is the book of Jubilees, and one of them is the book of Enoch. I happen to have all of them. And Lord willing, as we continue this and get deeper, we're going to bring in what Enoch said. Enoch talked about the angels went to him when they came down in Genesis 6. When they fell, God wouldn't let them back into heaven. They knew Enoch was a prophet, and they went to talk to Enoch and be like, hey man, could you go talk to God for us and see if you can get us back up there? And he did. And God told him, he said, angels supposed to come to me on behalf of men, not men come to me on behalf of angels.
Mm-hmm.
There is no redemption for angels. They was already in heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I was telling you that when they down, well, that's why all these gods come into play.
Yes.
And one of the things is it's all these guys, but it's only one that's trying to be the one. So he used the other ones.
I don't know.
That's what I think.
They done fought against each other. We're going to go through some of it, but matter of fact, the Aztecs talk about how they gods had a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Maya talk about the same thing. These different gods, and the Sumerians, these different gods want power. You know, the devil's kingdom, Jesus said it right. Devil's kingdom is divided. That's why it ain't going to stand. They all want to be the boss. In God's kingdom, everybody know God the boss. If you're going to be in God's kingdom, you just bow down.
So do you think that those other guys is the other angels?
Yes, because it talks about...
That's what I was going to say. That was my... I don't know. I mean, I don't know, all of it. But I know that Lucifer, when he came down, the other angels, they knew they was deceived.
So you don't think Baal is, you think Baal fighting Satan? Is that what you said? I'm just throwing that out there.
Baal?
What Baal?
The one that Elijah embarrassed.
They're talking all them prophets.
Baal might be one and the same. Because the word Baal
just means Lord. That's what
I thought.
That's a generic term.
That's what I thought Baal was. Lord. Satan. That's what I thought Baal was.
Yeah. I believe
because they used him as.
Well, all right, I'm just trying to get an example. What gods are you talking about?
Well, them in India, they got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and like.
But to me, it's all one. You see what I'm saying? It's like an illusion.
That's why I was trying to see where you was going.
It's like an illusion. You see many, but there's only one right there. He just make himself look as many.
No, it's different entities. They all have different names and different powers, different looks. Matter of fact, we can talk about.
Remember Paul talked about he went somewhere and they had a statue for the unnamed
the
God.
Unknown God.
Yeah.
Now we can talk about that too. Paul got that. He addresses something that comes from some poetry, from ancient poetry, but we'll get there. But it talks about when these angels came to earth, they taught men different things. They taught men how to make war, how to make weapons, how to make medicine, make magic, and do drugs.
Yeah, to kill themselves.
Yeah, they taught them a whole bunch of stuff. And they even said that they taught men how to read and write. And Enoch said man wasn't meant to do some of this stuff. But since they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they get good knowledge and they get evil knowledge. And so now since our eyes are open, now we got to fill ourselves this good knowledge, because we know when we're doing wrong. At first, man was like a sheep. He couldn't do no wrong. It was only one sin he could have did, and he did it.
And that's they call it the natural behaviors.
Yeah.
Natural behaviors is things that
Animalistic.
No, it ain't even that. It's just like a little kid. They know when they did something wrong. That little kid know he stood something. He look at you.
Yeah.
You know, it's natural to even take something, but it's also natural not to do it. And you start off automatically like that. And that has something to do with gender.
Gender?
Yeah. Gender. One thing that my wife, man, she hit it on the nail. She said, yeah, they doing what's natural in the flesh. And I said, where you come up with this? She said, have you been reading? And I said, yeah. And she just broke it down to me. I said, man, that's crazy. But she was right. Anything that we do on earth that is in the nature of man is due to sin. And also, when you do something immoral or unnatural, it's considered natural to the flesh. But once the Holy Spirit is embedded in you, it's like you'll know what is actually natural to God and what is God's will for you. Because natural is like doing what you want to do. That's why they say, I'm free.
So let's take a look at Jeremiah.
You know,
let's look at Jeremiah.
Freedom is not what all we think it is. Because when you a slave to God, boy, it's God's will, not yours.
Exactly.
You got that from Paul, huh?
Man, I'm telling you, man, I just been.
So let's take a look at Jeremiah chapter 4. And I need y'all to tell me if this is past, present, or future.
Jeremiah
chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 23 through 27.